Hare Krishna, everyone. So nice to see all of you joined in again.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna Mata
Hare Krishna.
Ji.
Taji.
Can we just mute, please? And I want to introduce Akshat Ahuja. Can we please mute? Hare Krishna, can I request Nayanika and Naga to please switch off the video and mute, please, so that we can start? Yes. Can we have Akshat Ahuja today, our regular student who's been with us for so many. Nayanika and Naga.
స్టార్ట్ అయింది డాడీ కూర్చునేది
We're having a little snack today. Sorry for that. Can I please ask Nayonika and Naga to switch off the video? Mute yourself, please. Can you switch off your video?
ఎందుకు కనిపిస్తుంది
I'm waiting. All right, I'm going to do it myself. Maybe you can exit and come back. All right, for now, we have Akshat Ahuja with us. He's a regular student from our regular classes. So I want Akshat to start the prayers, the opening prayers. Akshat, can you switch on your video? Oh, there's so much snack today. Yes. Say Hare Krishna to everyone, Akshat.
Hare Krishna everyone.
So Akshat will chant our opening prayers for us. Yes, and everybody join your hands and chant with him. Muted, but chant with him. Yes?
Om Ajnana-timirandasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurumilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadatam Padantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutabala Shri Guru Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhantatamscha Namo Krishna Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nityanamane Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pacharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashatha Desacharine He Krishna Kadina Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jitapati Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Tapta Kanchana Bhavanti Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusate Devi Pranamami Haripriye Shri Krishna Chaitanya Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Thank you very much, Akshay. Yes, thank you very much. Yes. Um, a quick announcement again that please, when you join the meeting, you can stop your video and audio and join it. Please be careful about that because we're also going YouTube live. And it's also disturbing if the class has already begun and there is background talk. So it will be very nice that as you are joining the meeting, you switch off your video and audio and then join in. Yes? All right. So welcome to everyone. There are a few new children today. So last class, we did Ayodhya Kand. We finished Ayodhya Kand. And today, so now Bal Kand was about the Lord Ram, Lakshman, Bharat, Shatrughan, their childhood, and how they went with Vishwamitra and they killed the demons. And then there was the marriage. The four brothers got married to the four sisters. They came back to Ayodhya. Then the betrayal, how Kaikeyi asked for Bharat to get the throne and for Ram to go to the forest for 14 years. And then it also showed us the love between the two brothers, Bharat and Lakshman, because Lakshman refused refused to stay in the palace. He refused that Ram should go alone. There was also the wonderful bond between Sita and Ram, where she said that wherever you are is where I will be. Yes. And also the bond and the love between Bharat and Ram, and how they wanted each other to get. Ram was very happy that Bharat would be the king, and Bharat said, nothing doing. Ram has to be the king. That lovely bond, and how he refused to go back and sit on the throne, knowing very well that Ram would not come back to take that kingdom away from him because he loved him so much. And he took Ram's sandals to keep it on the throne to rule the kingdom on his behalf, and how he lived outside the kingdom in Nandigram as a sage himself, dressed in bark and living as a sage in a hut. So that was the beautiful love between the brothers, and also the bond between Dashrath and Ram. That Dashrath, after seeing Ram leave and go, he closed his eyes and he did not want to see anything again. So what do we learn from all of this? We learn that if Lord Ram, if the Lord is with us, then every place is like a palace. And if the Lord leaves us, or if we leave the Lord, we don't have the Lord in our heart or in our homes, it will be as bad as a deserted forest. A forest can become a palace, and a palace can become a deserted forest. So we must always think of the Lord and keep Him in our heart and in our homes. So today we move on to the very now the actual the suspense, the drama, the fight, the actual story begins. Now starts Aranyakand, because of which the purpose of the Lord coming down in a human form as Lord Ram is going to begin so that his purpose can be accomplished. Right? So I'm just going to quickly go to, all right. So we have, here we go. Aranyakand. Now what does Aranya mean? Aranya means run. Run means a war field, yes? And a run means a place which is peaceful, where there is no war. That is the forest. Yes, even in cities also we say that, okay, maybe there is no war, but there are personal wars. We fight against time to reach school, to reach office, to work hard. There's a war with time. There's a war against accomplishing tasks, to accumulate things in the city. But why do people go to the forest? Because they go there to have a peaceful time, and then they can concentrate on the Lord. Yes. So in Vanaprastha, when the third ashram, that is Brahmachari, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, and Sannyas. So the third one is Vanaprastha, and it is that time where you retire and you must go to a place which is peaceful to then do your devotional service to the Lord. So Aranyakand starts now after Bharat left. Bharat went back to the kingdom, and now Ram said that we must no longer stay in Chitrakoot. They go further into the forest. They meet. Whom do they meet? They meet Ahalya. Sorry, they meet Anasuya, and Anasuya gifts Sita with wonderful garments and ornaments, and then they decide to go deeper into the forest. Yes? All right. So now the sages want Ram's protection, and they tell Ram and Lakshman that there are so many Rakshasas inside Dandakaranya forest that please you must rid them because they're eating up all of us and they're just throwing the bones around. There is no peace for us. We have come into the forest to have some peace, to concentrate on our meditation and our devotional service, but there is no peace. So in the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says that in 4th chapter, 8th verse, he says, Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma samstharpanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. So he says that Paritranaya sadhunam, I come to deliver the pious. Yes, so all the pious people in the forest, the sadhu, he's coming to save them. And vinashaya cha dushkritam, I'm going to annihilate, I'm going to kill all these rakshasas, these miscreants. That's the reason I come again and again. So this time he has come as Lord Ram. I come again and again to re-establish the principles of religion. Dharma samstharpanarthaya. Yes. So then they decide to go deeper into the forest. Now Ram, with Sita and Lakshman, they go deep into the forest, and this Dandakaranya forest is very, very forbidding. It is a place which is actually peaceful for hermits, and but it has wild beasts, it has snakes, it has an eerie silence, and it's a place where it's very difficult to walk, and you have to cut down branches and trees. And there is a very nice thought here. Ram, Lakshman, and Sita are walking. How are they walking? Bare feet. Yes. So what happens is Ram then talks to Mother Earth and says that, hey Bhumi Ma, if Bharat asks you that how did Ram walk here in the forest, don't tell him about the thorns because he'll feel very sad. So Bhumi Ma herself, the earth, she says that, shall I just remove these thorns and make it smooth for you? Shall I put a carpet of grass so that your gentle lotus feet and Sita's gentle lotus feet and Lakshman can walk on this grass? So Ram says no. Lakshman has to endure the thorns because he is he is an embodiment of service. He will set an example to all the others who have to walk on thorns to serve me. She said, what about Sita? Shall I do it for Sita? Mother Earth asked, and he said, no. Sita has to prove her chastity that she came in the forest with me and she walked on thorns. So let her walk. Then she asked, what about you, Lord Ram? Your feet are very so soft like lotus petals. He says, no, what is a hero without going through some problems? No. But if Bharat asks you, tell him that no, Ram, Lakshman, and Sita had no thorns. So that was the love he had for Bharat. Now, as they were going inside, there were so many flocks of birds, but yet not a single sound from these flocks of birds. There was an eerie silence, and only the sound one could hear was of cricket. And then, lo and behold, right in front of them came this huge man eating predator with an abominable sight. His eyes glowed like live coals. He had a deformed skull. His words
I
came out
think
in a
this
great
is
roar
Tarka's.
from his cavernous mouth, besmeared with blood from all the beasts which he had eaten. His body was ugly, he was repulsive, his limbs were twisted, it was deformed, his belly was
Ma'am,
protruding. Yeah.
ma'am,
And
I think this
um,
is the husband of Tarka.
can we please mute? Thank you. You can tell me this at the end of the story. Please don't interrupt. Thank you very much. Yes. And he was bloodthirsty, and he had a spear which had the carcass of a deer, a lion, a tiger, and a huge elephant head with tusks. Yes. And what did Viradha do? He pounced on Sita. He picked up Sita and he started to go. He said that this beautiful woman will be my wife. Immediately, Sita started screaming and she said, no, please help Ram, Ram, help me. So Ram took out his gold tipped arrows and he shot at him. And Lakshman also shot at him. And then what happened was that he said that, oh, nothing can harm me. I have a boon from Lord Brahma. I cannot be harmed. And what did he? And then he started running, but Lakshman and Ram started volleying arrows at him. He set down Sita, he picked up both Ram and Lakshman, and he started running away so that he could harm them. So, what Lakshman and Ram said, they cut off his hands. So, Ram said, you cut off one hand, I'll cut off the other. So, they cut off his hand, they fell down. And then they decided that this Rakshas cannot be killed. Let's bury him quickly so that he does not get life again. And so they decided to bury him. And then when they were burying him, after burying him, he turned into a Gandharva. And he said that I was a Gandharva called Tumbura, and I was cursed by Kuver to have this abominable body. And also when I asked for forgiveness from Kuver, he said that when Ram and Lakshman come, then I will be liberated. And saying this, he returned back to his world. So after killing Virat, then they started going forward, and they decided that this jungle was very inhospitable. There was no place fit to travel with Sita. So they went towards an ashram. They went to Sarabhanga ashram. So now Sarabhanga ashram was this sage called Sarabhanga. And as they were reaching the ashram, Ram saw that Indra's chariot was coming down, and he saw the matchless marvel of Lord Indra. And many divine forms surrounded Indra, and the chariot radiated with dazzle. And it stood suspended in the sky, and it was harnessed by four most magnificent horses. So the Apsaras fanned him while the Gandharvas and the great sages were singing Lord Indra's praise. But when Indra saw that Ram was approaching Sarabhanga's ashram, he said that, okay, I will not meet Ram now. There is still time to meet him. I'll go back. And Sarabhanga went and he met uh, Lord Ram. And then he said that I have, Indra came to take me to Brahmalok, but I wanted to meet you because only after your darshan I wanted to leave. Now I take leave of you. And then right in front of them, Sarabhanga ascended to Brahma's abode. Then after that, after meeting Sarabhanga, they went to Sutikshna's ashram. And after they went to Sutikshna's ashram, he said that I was waiting for you because Sarabhanga said that you will come. So come. So then Ram said, please, may we take leave of you? We will start on our journey before noon, and therefore we need to go. So he said that. Then Sita started speaking to Lord Ram. She said that I have one request from you, Lord Ram, that please, you are killing Rakshasas without any, with them not even, attacking you. I have a request. Only if a Rakshas attacks you, kill him, otherwise, leave him. So then Ram said, look, I cannot do that because I can forsake you, I can forsake Ayodhya, I can forsake even Lakshman, but I cannot give up the promise I have given the sages. I have promised the sages that I will rid Dandakaranya with all of the Rakshasas. So then Sita said that whatever you feel, I have said what I have to say, but you do as you feel fit because you are a person full in knowledge. Then they walked ahead and then they came to this place where suddenly they were hearing only melody of a song accompanied by instruments of music. And there was an ascetic there called Dharmabhrit. So they asked him, where is this music coming from? So he said that this lake is called Panchapsara Lake and it is by the powers of sage Mandakarni. So he was performing tapas over here, and therefore the devatas they sent 5 beautiful apsaras to stop his tapas. And then when the sage Mandakarni saw these 5 apsaras, he married them, and they made a home down below the lake, and they are over there. So these apsaras are singing there. So they then the song you hear over here are from that. So then this happened, and then they went ahead, and they went from one hermitage to the other, and then they asked Sutikshna again that can you tell us where is Rishi Agastya's forest hermitage? We want to go to go and meet Rishi Agastya. Now, by the time they were staying in one ashram and meeting this sage and another sage and another sage, 10 years passed. And they had finished 10 years in one place. So next, they got to know where Rishi Agastya stayed, and they went to meet Rishi Agastya. So now Agastya Rishi welcomed Ram, Sita, and Lakshman. Now Agastya Rishi was so powerful, he was so strong that he had made a wonderful inside the forest. He had made a heavenly abode. There was so much peace, and there was so much flowers and fruits, and in that place, and the river was flowing, everybody was peaceful, everything was happy. So the moment they entered the area where Agastya Rishi was, Ram felt that yes, this must be where Agastya Rishi must be living because I can feel the peace over here. So he goes and he meets the disciples of Agastya Rishi and says, please tell Agastya Rishi that I have come. The son of Dashrath, Ram has come. So they go and tell Agastya Rishi, and he says, why so much time? Immediately bring them to me, immediately. And then they go, and Rishi Agastya welcomes him. And Rishi Agastya says that now I bestow the bow of Vishnu unto you. This celestial bow is made of gold and is encrusted with gems and has been crafted by Vishvakarma. Then he gave them these magnificent arrows that dazzle like the sun and glow like the flaming fires which Brahma had given to him. Then he gave them quivers. What are quivers? Quivers are place what you keep your arrows in. That the holder of arrows is called quiver. That these quivers hold in them an inexhaustible supply, and it has been given to me by Lord Indra. And Indra also give me a sword whose handles and scabbard are made of burnished gold. And this mighty sword with which Lord Vishnu fought, and he vanquished the Rakshasas. So he gave them all these things: the bow of Vishnu, the sword of Vishnu, arrows from Brahma, quivers by Indra, and these things were given to him. So Ram took it because Agastya knew that Ram would need it in the future, because they all knew the purpose of Lord coming down in a human form as Lord Ram. Then Agastya Rishi told Ram, Lakshman, and Sita that why don't you stay here only for the rest of your vanvas? So he said, no, please, can you tell us where we can go? And we want to stay, a place where there is water and there are green groves, and we could just live in peace and tranquility. So Agastya Muni said that few miles from here lies Panchvati, and it is close to river Godavari. So live there in the midst of these lush woodlands. Yeah, live there in the midst of lush woodlands, and and this place is called Panchavati. Now, as they were going to Panchavati, they saw this huge creature lying on the way, and Ram was about to kill him, and he said, "No, don't, I'm not a Rakshas." Ram thought it was a Rakshas in disguise, and Ram and Lakshman challenged it. So he said, no, no, children, I'm Jatayu. I'm a very old friend of your father, Dashrath. So the moment they heard that Jatayu was Dashrath's friend, they paid his obeisances, and they said, so Jatayu said that I'll come along with you to Panchavati, because when you and Ram go to bring food, to bring some fruits or cut wood, then Sita will be alone. So I will protect her. So I will take care of her because she's my daughter. And you and Lakshman can go, and you will be at peace because you know someone is taking care of Sita. So saying that, the four of them now go towards Panchavati. Now, Panchavati is this place which Agastya had in mind, and this place where Godavari flows. And the colors of the rainbow seem to be trapped in these mineral rich mountains. So it was a beautiful place, so beautiful. And even now, if you go near Nasik, this Panchavati is there where you can go and take darshan. All right. And then now the action's going to begin, because very soon, who comes? Surpanakha. Now, who is Surpanakha? She is Ravan's sister. Now, Surpanakha had this ability to change her form at her will. So she became a very beautiful girl, and she comes and she sees Ram. So she is roaming around in this jungle because her brothers are taking care of the jungle on Ravan's behalf. And she sees Ram, and she's very attracted to the beautiful form of Lord Ram. And she goes to him and says that I've fallen in madly in love with you. You have to marry me. And Ram says with a smile, and he doesn't see, Ram doesn't even look at Surpanaka. He's only looking at Sita. He doesn't want to look at her at all. So he looks at Sita and says, look, and he calls her Mate, mother. I'm already married. I have a wife. See, she's here. I cherish her a lot. And what is the point of you becoming a second wife? You will, anyway, you won't have any glory in that. So do one thing. My brother is here. He is also so handsome, and he is also so strong and valiant. So, and his wife is not with him. His wife is in Ayodhya. So what you do is you marry him. So promptly, what did she do? She left Ram and she went. Surpanakha went to Lakshman, and she said that, marry me. Come on, now you marry me. So Lakshman said, what's the point of you marrying me? I'm just a servant. I don't have any, any status. If you marry me, you'll also become the servant. You're not going to become queen or something. I'm serving them day and night. I don't even eat. I don't even sleep. You also have to do that if you're my wife. So what's the point? So they started joking with her. They sent her back and forth. So Lakshman said, no, you go marry Ram only because he's the boss. If you marry him, then you'll at least have some queen status. So now by this time she got so angry. She says, "You are, joking with me. Me, I'm Surpanakha. I'm Ravan's sister. Don't you even know who I am? And you're doing all this because of this lady, this one over here, who's not even beautiful." She's looking at Sita and she's telling Sita, "Look at her. She's not even beautiful. She's so, she doesn't even have glowing skin. Look at me." And by this time, she lost her beautiful form and she comes into a Rakshas form, this hideous Rakshas form. And she goes and tries to grab hold of Sita to kill her. So immediately Ram says, "Come on, Lakshman, don't waste time." So Lakshman immediately takes off his out sword, cuts off her nose and her ears. And she is cries in pain. She's cries in pain and she runs and runs and runs. And she goes to Khara, who Khara is her brother. So after Lakshman and Surpanaka cut off her ears, she goes running to Khara, her brother. Now Khara has some 14,000 Rakshasas. Khara and Dushan are in the forest along with Akampan and many other soldiers of Ravan. Now Khara and Dushan are his cousins and they are in the forest Dandakaranya ruling it, causing all havoc, troubling all the sadhus, killing them, and all that. So she goes running to Khara and says that, look what these two have done. There are these two princes. They are Ram and Lakshman. They are the son of Dashrath. They've come all the way. They are in Dandakaranya. And look at me. And she didn't even tell them what she did. She just went and said that they attacked me and they cut off my nose and ears. Now you have to go and you have to take revenge. So Kara said, how dare a human does this? So he sent 14 Rakshasas, only 14, and says, go and kill them all. So when Ram could sense that, these Rakshasas are coming, so he said, Ram says, Lakshman, you don't even bother. I'll manage on my own. You don't bother. You take care of Sita. You just stand with Sita. So Lakshman took care of Sita and Ram just with one or two arrows, he killed all 14 of them. And then Surpanaka also comes along with the 14 to see how Ram and Lakshman are killed. And she wanted to kill Sita herself. So the moment she sees all 14 are killed, she goes back running to Khara and Dushan. And then this, now with all the 14,000 soldiers, they attack Ram. Now Ram and Lakshman, they take their bows and arrows, and faster than the mind, they wield their arrows, unlimited arrows, and they kill all the 14,000 warriors whose commander was Dushan. And there was this fierce and ruthless war which happened, and all of them were killed. And in horror and disbelief, Khara witnessed the death of Dushan and Trishira and all, and then he also was killed by Ram. The sages all came out in big groups and thanked Ram because this Khar, Dushan, and all these people, 14,000 Rakshasas and everyone were creating havoc. So they came and they thanked him and they offered him a lot of fruits and offerings. Now, in the meanwhile, a kampan means a person who does not tremble. Kampan means tremble. A kampan means a person who does not tremble. Now, Kampan was part of this gang and he goes running to Lanka. He goes to Lanka and he goes in front of Ravan and he's trembling. Ravan says, your name is Akampan, but you're trembling so much. You're so against your name. So he says that I will tell you what happened only if you promise you will not kill me, because he knew Ravan's anger. So he says, okay, tell me what happens. And then he says that, this son of Dashrath, he's so tall, he's so handsome, and his skills in archery are matchless. And he caused a big massacre in Janasthan. So that place where they were living was called Janasthan, where Khar and Dushan were supposed to take care of. So he said that his strength is invincible and he has all the divine weapons. He's very powerful. And Lakshman, his brother, is equally powerful. They're both strong, they're so mighty. And Lakshman's voice, he has such a deep voice that it resonates in the jungle, and you're scared even hearing that voice. And their faces glow like the moon. So I don't think you can defeat them both. But there is this beautiful princess with them, and her name is Sita. And she is a jewel among women. There's no one more beautiful than her. So if you go and kidnap her, automatically Ram and Lakshman will die. So Ravan says, okay. What he does is, next day, Ravan takes out his chariot. Now, his chariot was made of gold and it was pulled by 4 donkeys. That was Ravan's chariot. Very strong, but 4 donkeys. And he went to Marich. You remember Marich, whom Ram had put the Manavastra and he went flying some 8,000 miles, and I said he fell. Now it's called Mauritius. Now he went to Marich and told Marich that you go and this Ram and Lakshman are there, and you go and kidnap Sita and bring her to me. Marich says, who's given you this advice? Whoever's given you this advice does not want your well-being. This is not going to happen, So you forget about it. Ram and Lakshman are invincible. Just forget about it. So Ravan, okay, listens to him and goes back to Lanka. But Surpanaka, she goes running to him. She reaches Lanka and she starts describing Sita's beauty. And she instigates him. She says, you must kill Ram and Lakshman because the Sita is not fit to be their Ram's wife. She only has to be your wife. So then Ravan goes back to Marich and says that I have now come with great distress. First of all, because of Surpanaka. Second of all, because I want Sita. So he says that now what I propose is you transform yourself into a golden hued deer with silver spots, shimmering spots. Let Sita catch a glimpse of you. So she will definitely she'll be fascinated by you, and then she will want you. And when Ram comes and he shoots at you, as you're dying, in Ram's voice, you cry out their names, and then Lakshman will come and I will kidnap Sita. Marit says, look, I know Ram and Lakshman. They are very strong. I've already experienced them once. And then after many, many years, I was in the forest. I was with my 2 other Rakshas friends. And the 3 of us were in a disguise of a deer. And we saw Ram, Lakshman and Sita in the forest. And I thought I will take revenge. But Ram immediately, he recognized us as being Rakshas and he shot arrows. My other 2 friends died and I somehow managed to escape. And since that time, I have stopped being a Rakshas and I'm doing meditation. So don't forget it. Don't. So Ravan says, look, either you go and get killed by Ram or I will kill you. So Marich decides that it's better to be killed by Lord Ram. At least he'll be liberated. So he goes. And what happens? He goes. Now, before he goes, now Ram and Sita, just before Marich comes, they have this conversation, which even Lakshman doesn't know about. And Ram says, look, Sita, now is the time has come that the purpose of us coming to this world is going to start getting accomplished. And the whole thing of killing Rama and the drama is going to begin. So I'm going to entrust you to Agni Dev. Why Agni Dev? Because Agni Dev is the purest. Yeah, there is nothing more pure than Agni Dev. I'm going to entrust you to Agni Dev, and in your place, a Chaya Sita, her shadow, who's exactly like her, a partial manifestation of Sita, who's exactly like Sita, she will take your place. And you, till that time, till I call you back, you stay with Agnidev. So Agnidev came with his wife, and Sita went with Agnidev and his wife. And in her place came the Chaya Sita. Now, immediately as the Chaya Sita took her place, now why was this done? Because Ravan had to kidnap Sita because there was no way, because so many curses were given to Ravan, and Ram's purpose for coming down was to kill Ravan. So all these events had to happen. But Sita was Mahalakshmi herself, and she had very powerful spiritual energy. A person like Ravan could not even go near Mahalakshmi. So if he would even touch the real Sita, he would have been burned to ashes. And that was not the mission. The mission was to kill Ravan and all the Rakshas. And it had to be done by Ram because that was what the boon was. So that's why this is the confidential reason why Chaya Sita came and the real Sita went to Agnidev. So immediately after Chaya Sita took her place, Marich appears as the golden deer. Now Sita sees this golden deer and says, "Oh, look at this." And the golden deer was so beautiful. It was a matchless creation. Its antlers were studded with sapphires, and its golden body was dappled with luminous spots of silver. Slender and full of grace, its ears and mouth had the sheen of glowing sapphires, and the belly was white as a conch shell. The bright tuft of its flicking tail rivaled with the colors of the rainbow. And this beautiful, beautiful phantom deer, the illusion, Mriga Krishna, is what attracted Sita. And Sita called out to Ram and Lakshman and said, "Look at this beautiful, unique, and exotic animal. Look at this. Uh, I want, we must take this with us. And when we go back to Ayodhya, we'll take him back to Ayodhya so that we can keep him with us. I've never seen such a beautiful animal in my life. Such a beautiful, beautiful deer. And this gentle deer was prancing around in the forest, sometimes here, sometimes there, sometimes hiding behind a tree, as though it was calling Sita and it was enticing Sita. So, um, Lakshman said, "Look, this this is not a deer. This is Marich. Marich can turn into any form. This is a Rakshas. They can, they can come up, they can take any form. Don't even bother. This is the magic of Marich. Let's not go and don't try it. Just forget it." But Ram also was enticed because he had never seen Sita so happy in so many years in exile. And he also got a little bewildered. He says, "Okay, even if it is Marich, anyway, my purpose is to kill all the Rakshasas. So let me go. And if it's not Marich, I'll bring back the deer for Sita." So doesn't matter. So he tells Lakshman, "You take care of Sita. Do not leave her alone at any cost. Just be with her. Whatever happens, don't leave her at all." So then Ram started chasing Marich, and then Marich went running here, went running there, and he was hiding behind. Suddenly he would disappear. Suddenly he would come, and uh, then what happened was Ram got tired and he took out his arrow and he shot. And now Marich got the arrow and he was wounded and he was laying writhing in pain. And at that time, Marich, he remembered what Ravan's instructions were. So as death approached, this body of this golden deer changed into Marich, his real form, the enormous Rakshas form, and his fangs emerged. And while he was dying, Marich started shouting, "Ah, Sita! Ah, Lakshman!" in a voice just like Lord Ram. And Ram immediately became very anxious and he remembered Lakshman's words that this is Rakshas Maya. And he said that I hope Lakshman and Sita don't hear this because they will get very, very disturbed. So then Sita and Lakshman actually heard it. And Sita said, Lakshman, go help your brother. Lakshman said, look, no one can harm Ram. You know who Ram is. He is invincible. No Rakshas can harm him. He is the strength. He's full of strength. He's full of. He has all the powers. Why are you worried? Now Sita started getting angry. She said, Lakshman, you're such a man. You're a man of such bad character. You're not going to help your brother. You want your brother to die so that you want to marry me. She started saying all these things, and Lakshman said, Mate, I think of you as my mother. And I've never even looked up at you. I only look at your lotus feet. I don't even know how you look. So she says, nothing doing, you have to go. Then Lakshman, he says, okay, but at any cost, do not go out. Do not go out anywhere. He was so hurt. He was so hurt. He was in a pathetic state. He did not want to leave her, but he did not want all these blames to be hurled on him. And then he decided. And then he also saw the omens. He said the omens don't look right, but what will I do? And then he's saying that you're making your safety is most paramount importance to me, but still you want me to go. I'm very apprehensive. I fear that the worst will happen, and I fear that will I ever see you with Ram again? And then he left, and at that fateful hour, Sita watched as Lakshman stepped out of the ashram, and that was the moment of Ravan's triumph. He said, Lakshman implored Sita, please, I won't go, I won't go. But that was Ravan's plan. And then it was the moment of his triumph. He then came in front of Sita. He approached Sita in a disguise of a sadhu, a hermit. His robes were reddish brown. His hair was bound up in a knot. He was wearing sandals. He held an umbrella, a staff, and a water pitcher. And then he says that, why are you here? You should not be here alone in this forest. You should, it's not a place for you. Why are you here alone in Dandaka among all these fierce Rakshasas? Then Sita says that, Brahmin, please take a seat because and she offered arghya and everything. Now, the point over here is that in Valmiki Ramayana, there is no mention of Lakshman Rekha, that Lakshman drew the line, Lakshman Rekha, and told Sita not to cross. It's there in Ramcharitramanas. So, since we are following Valmiki Ramayana, we'll skip this part of Lakshman drawing a Lakshman Rekha, a line, because this is mentioned only in Ramcharitramanas. So then Ravan then he came out of his disguise and he said that I'm Ravan, the supreme lord of Rakshasas. You're so beautiful. You don't need to be Ram's wife. You become my wife. And he says, come with me. I have this wonderful island kingdom called Lanka, where I have the palace of gold and I have splendid gardens. You be my queen there. And Ravan's words infuriated Sita. And she said that Ram is equal to Indra. How can you even, compare him to you? How can you? You cannot do that. And then, as the world saw Ravan, he caught hold of Sita and he started carrying her towards his chariot, the gold chariot with the 4 donkeys. So now we stop here and we'll talk about how Jatayu tries to stop Ravan in the next class, right? So, yeah. So this is a long kand, Aranya kand, which we can't finish in one day. So we stop here and we wait to find out what Jatayu did next time and how he helped her and whether he was successful. We all know that he was not. Those who know Ramayana, he was not. But we'll see what are the other events which followed. And then we will move on a little to Kishkinda Khan next time. Before moving on to Kishkinda, we will talk about the background of Ravan, how he was born, how he was named Ravan. We'll talk about Hanuman, his birth, and we'll talk about Sugriv, Vali, and all the other Vanars who were born as sons of Devatas. Yes? So we stop here for now. And remember, any questions we ask at the end of class. So are we ready for some Kahoot? And yes, okay. So Preeti Mataji will just take over for some time and she has a few announcements while I set up Kahoot for you.
Okay. Hare Krishna, everyone. I hope all of you have heard the Ramayana well today. Yes, as we are preparing for the Kahoot, I would like to make an announcement. We have received the homework forms from few of you, and most of you have done really well. I would like to thank all of you who have submitted the homework forms, and I would like to appreciate all of you that you've done really well. And there are a few who have done exceptionally well. So I would like to announce the names who have done really well. The names are Shaurya, Manvik, Ayushi, Siddharth, Advika and Shreya, Radhe, and Yuvika. All of you have done exceptionally well. You've written really well, excellent writing. And I would ask all the other students to take them as inspiration. And I would like to encourage all of you to submit the homework forms. A few of you have written just 1 or 2 words for questions that require a minimum of 50 words. So I would request all of you to write a little more. Yes, please do take your time out for writing your homework or typing your homework, and please do submit it. So this coming week, I want all of you to write your homework. Yeah, and please do write a little more for the question, for the answers that require 50 words. Thank you. So you all can get ready for the Kahoot. Yes.
Yes. So are we ready for the pin? I'm just going to share the pin. Okay, here we go. 8077219. Okay, so we have 47. So I'm going to start now because we can't wait anymore. So here goes. Are you ready? First question. What Kand comes after Bal Kand? Aranya Kand, Ayodhya Kand. Ayodhya Kand, Bal Kand, Ayodhya Kand, and then Aranya Kand. Next question. Okay, Shaurya's on top. Anushka, Manya, Ayushi, Riyadhya. Well done.
I
Ram, Sita, and Lakshman entered Dandakaranya. True, they did. Ayushi is come up. Shaurya, Ayushi, Anushka,
excuse-
Riyadhya, Madhav.
I didn't get the Kahoot pin.
Okay, it's 8077219. It's there at the bottom of the page. And
I can't
with
see
that, the
it.
Rakshas had a boon from Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma. Lord Brahma is the right answer. Shaurya, Manvik Mansvi, Riyadhya, Anushka, Madhav Manoj. All right. Next question. True or false? Agastya Muni gave the bow of Vishnu to Ram. True, he did. He gave the bow of Vishnu to Ram. Okay, Shaurya, Manvik, Ayushi, Advait, and Bharat. Okay, next question. Jatayu was a friend of King Janak, King Dashrath. That's right, King Dashrath. Oops, we maintained the same scoreboard. That's good. Next question. Which river flows near Panchvati? River Godavari. And oopsies. Manvik, Advait, Ayushi, Parikshit, Bharat. Well done. What was the name of Ravan's sister? Shurpanakha or Sulakshana? Surpanakha is right. Oh wow. Sanvi and Bharat are catching up. And the last, who came disguised as a deer? Ravan, Marich, Tara, and Dushan. Marich. Sorry about the spelling. It ends with an A. Sorry. And then third place is Ayushi. Second is Advait. And right on top is Manvik and Mansu. Woohoo! Well done. Okay, so can we have the three winners? Can we have the three winners to show us your faces? Let's switch on your videos and let's see the three winners. Ayushi, Advait, and Manvik. There's Manvik. Say Hare Krishna, Manvik.
Krishna, everyone.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Ayushi.
Hare Krishna.
Nice. And where's Advait? Do we have Advait with us? No, we don't have. I wonder how he played though. We don't have him here, but I wonder how he played. Okay, someone else played with the name Advait? Okay, all right. Okay, well done, both of you. Well done. Congratulations. Okay, so now I hand over to Preeti Pataji, who's going to tell you the Srimad Bhagavatam story. Okay, here you go, Preeti Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Today we will be seeing the story of Ajamila. So we will see how through the story of Ajamila, we see the power of chanting the holy names of the Lord. So Ajamila was a Brahmin boy who was very kind and truthful. He was taught by his parents to read the scriptures, and every day he used to perform his devotional service to the Lord with great care. He used to study the Vedas, he followed the regulative principles. He was also married to a very chaste wife, and he used to take care of his parents really well. And one day, as with the request of his father to go and collect woods from the forest, he leaves to the forest. And there he collects the wood as well as flowers for his devotional service to the Lord. On the way back, he sees an intoxicated man and a prostitute. The man was embracing the prostitute. And what happened to Ajamila? He was overcome by desire. And then he was driven by lust. And what did he do? He abandoned his young wife. He stopped taking care of his parents. And he married the prostitute, and with whom he had 10 sons. And he named the last son as Narayana. Now, Ajamila was in bad association. So, in order to maintain his family, he started gambling and he began to steal like a thief, and he was engaged in all sinful activities. He used to rob people and he used to threaten the innocent people. And in this way, he was enjoying his senses, and he spent his entire duration of life in the most degraded manner. But although he was still in bad association, since he had a lot of spiritual activities he had performed when he was younger, and he had the mercy of the Lord, and he named his youngest son Narayana, which was the name of the Lord. So he was very attached to his youngest son, and he used to always call out to his youngest son, Narayana, and used to enjoy all the child's activities. So thus he unintentionally, he was chanting the names of the Lord by calling out to his son. This way many years passed, and finally it was the time of his death. And one night, what did Ajamila see? He saw the Yamadutas. The Yamadutas were the servants of Yamaraj. and they had come to take his soul and give him punishment for the kind of life he had led. So in fear, what did Ajamila do? He had looked at these demons who had two horns on their heads, and they were growling. Their eyes were filled with anger, and they looked so ferocious. At this point of time, Ajamila was so scared, and out of fear, he called out his son, Narayana, Narayana, because he was so attached to his son could not help him in this situation. So thus, he remembered the original form of the Lord Narayana. Hearing the names of the Lord who arrived, you could see in the picture here are the Vishnu Dutas. The Vishnu Dutas arrived from the sky, four celestial heavenly beings floating down in the most graceful manner. Each one of them had eyes like the lotus flower, and they had a bodily complexion was like blue, like the sky. They wore beautiful jewelry, and they had fine silk garments. And each one of them were four-armed, and they were carrying and a few of them were carrying a chakra, a sword. Yes. So when the Lord's names were heard, the Vishnu Dutas immediately arrived, and they had sweet, tender voice. And what did they say to the Yamadutas? Stop! You are forbidden to take this man away. This man is sinless. He is called out to the name of the Lord in a desperate state of mind, and not for any material benefit. Thus, by chanting the Lord's name, he has been purified of all his sins for this lifetime as well as for all his previous lives. Thus, the Yamadutas were perplexed. They were like, this person has led a life full of sin. But the Vishnu Dutas didn't allow the Yamadutas to take the soul away. Therefore, the Yamadutas returned to their king, Yamaraj, and they asked the king, who are these Vishnu Dutas and why did they stop us from doing our duties? And Yamaraj explains to them, dear servants, you consider me as your master, but above me, as well as all the demigods, is the supreme controller, and he protects all his devotees. Therefore, the Yamadutas were forbidden to take Ajamila's soul. Now, Ajamila was struck in wonder after hearing the conversation between the Yamadutas as well as the Vishnu Dutas. He then bowed his pranams to the Vishnu Dutas and offered his obeisance to them. The Vishnu Dutas then left. Now Ajamila came into his senses and he realized he has got a second chance. He was so sad that he had spent his entire life in a sinful way. But because of his association with the Vishnu Dutas, his original consciousness was aroused. And what did he do? He left all his sinful activities and he went to Haridwar. And in Haridwar, he performed all devotional service to the Lord, and he kept remembering the Lord in his core of his heart while performing his duties. He served all the devotees of the Lord nicely, and he kept chanting the name of the Lord. Finally, at the end of Ajamila's life, he had purified his entire life by performing devotional service. So you can see in the slide where the Vishnu Dutas themselves come and take Ajamila in a golden throne back to Vaikuntha Loka. So let's see the learning from this story. So we understand that the power of the holy name will protect us from the most dangerous situation in our lives. It is also mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, verse 40, Neha Vikramanasosti Pratyavayo na vidyate Swalpamapyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. That even the smallest endeavor that we do for the Lord, it will help us in it will remove the most dangerous situation in our lives. Yes. So the smallest spiritual activity that we can perform is chanting every day, or you can help your parents to prepare bhoga for the Lord. Yes, or even attending these online classes. You have a lot of online spiritual programs that all of you could attend every day. So these small steps towards the Lord will help us in various parts of our lives, from the gravest dangers of our lives too. The second learning is that we all commit mistakes. So we need to realize our mistakes and rectify it. Yes, just like Ajamila, we all have to rectify our mistakes. And just as the way Ajamila had the association of Vishnu Dutas, it immediately helped him to change his activities and become a devotee of the Lord. Similarly, association is the key. So bad association will lead us to do bad activities, and good association will lead us to be in the help us to do good activities. So in the case of Ajamila, when he was in bad association, he was performing all sinful activities. So when he got the association of the Vishnu Dutas, he started his spiritual practice again, and he grew spiritually strong. So we should always see that we take good association from everyone, and we also give good association. This will help us from faltering from our path of devotional service. Hare Krishna. Thank you, everyone. So I think now we will see the verse from the Srimad Bhagavatam. Yes, I think Mataji will be taking the verse from there.
Yeah. Yes. So Hare Krishna, we're back. And thank you, Priti Mataji, for a wonderful story. Yes, and so much to learn from this. So much to learn that chanting the names of the Lord, even if you're doing it without concentrating, has so much effect. And forget about whether you do it with full concentration. Imagine what benefits and how much effect it will have if you do it with full concentration. So normally we all, when we have our regular classes, I hope many of you can, Naman Mantri, please share. Yeah. When if you all can join our regular classes, if you all can join our regular classes, you will see how we chant. And wherever you are, let's all chant the Hare Krishna mantra once before we learn the verse. So let all put our hands up together and chant with me. You don't need to unmute. You can chant wherever you are. Yes. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Wow, that's so nice to take the names of Lord Ram, Lord Krishna. And what's Hare? What's the meaning of Hare? Hare is the Lord's internal potency, who is Srimati Radharani. Yes, Hari is Krishna, and Hare is when you call out to Radhe, we say Radhe, so we say Hare. Hare is Radha, Krishna. Yes, and Rama means one who has all full of bliss. And Krishna is all attractive. See, he attracts our minds, he attracts us towards him with his stories, with his pastimes. Yes, just like we are attracted to Lord Ram listening about his pastimes. And how he is going through all these difficulties. Can you see how Ram, Lakshman, and Sita, who is actually who? Vishnu and Lakshmi in Vaikuntha, they are the owners, they are the proprietors of the entire universe. They have so much opulence. Even if you think that Ram, Sita were prince and princess, they had all the luxury. But why are they walking into the forest on thorns, living on fruits and berries? And why are they living in the hut, going through all this trouble for us? So that they can rid this world of Rakshas and demons and bring peace for us. And what can we do? We can rid our heart of all the bad qualities which are like demons in our heart. And whom do we place in our heart? We place Lord Ram, Sita, and Lakshman, and all his associates, Hanuman, and everyone. Yes? So let's learn this beautiful verse from the story Ajamil. Yes. So this is from Srimad Bhagavatam. It's the 6th canto, 2nd chapter, and it is the story of Ajamil, right? So I will say it once, and wherever you are, you will try to repeat. Maybe I can ask one person to repeat after me. Can I request Manvik? And if Siddharth is there, I don't know. Either Siddharth? Is Siddharth there?
He said you leave.
Manvik, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, Manvik, can you see the screen?
Yes, I can.
Super. So I'll say the first line and you can repeat after me, right?
Okay.
All right. Stena surapo mitradrug
Stena surapo mitra dhrug.
brahmaha guru talpagaha
Brahmaha guru talpagaha.
Strirajapitra hanta
Striraja pitar go hanta.
Gavatam
Sarvesham apya aghavatam.
idam eva sunishkritam
Idam eva sunishkritam.
nama vyaharanam vishnor
Namanya vyahar nama vishnor.
nama vyaharanam vishnor
Nam vyahar anam vishnur.
yatastad vishayamatihi.
Yatastad vishayamatihi.
Very nice. What is the translation? The chanting of the holy name of Lord Vishnu is the best process of atonement for a thief of gold or other valuables, for a drunkard, for one who betrays a friend or relative, for one who kills a brahmana, that is brahmhatya, or for one who indulges in sex with the wife of his guru or any other superior. It is also the best method of atonement for one who murders women, the king or his father, for one who slaughters cows, and for all other sinful men. Simply by chanting the holy names of Lord Vishnu, such sinful persons may attract the attention of the Supreme Lord, who therefore considers, because this man has chanted my holy name, my duty is to give him protection. So, this is the glories of the holy names. That all sins, whatever the worst sins you have committed, if you just chant the holy names of the Lord is so, so compassionate that He forgives you and He takes you within His being, His self, and He protects you. So all you have to do is chant. And Lord Brahma says that this 16-letter Mahamantra, Iti Shodashaka Namnam, Kali Kalmashanashanam, it destroys all the sinful reactions of Kali Yuga and all the atrocities of Kali Yuga, which this Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. For Kali Yuga, Lord Brahma says you must chant the Mahamantra. Yes. So we stop here for today. It is only 11:50, but we'll stop a little early since we have finished because I want to give a little time for those who ask questions. So thank you very much. We'll all see you on Saturday. And Hare Krishna, everyone. And those who have questions, please stay back to ask questions.
Hare Krishna, ma'am. Bye. And ma'am, I have one question.
1 minute, 1 minute. Let everyone say